The Bay Diggers send 16 to the plate in the opening frame and lead Berthoud 11-1 as we head to the second. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters against right-hander Caden Wise, Ryan Hirschfeld, Trevor Blake, and Gregory Maris. As Brush is vying for their 12th win of the season, looking to close out Patriot League play with a 9-2 record if they can just keep this momentum going. Hirschfeld drove in a run on an error. It's an error from the shortstop Whitfield. The run would have scored anyway on a ground ball that Hirschfeld hit. And he now steps in to begin the second with an open stance. That left foot is on the chalk. Wind and pitch. Fastball to the screen. 1 ball and no strikes. Too bad we can't have more baseball weather like this in April. This is a rarity for Colorado. The 1-0. Swag and a miss on the off-speed pitch. It's 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to Ryan Hirschfeld. The Bay Diggers scored their 11 runs on 10 hits. They also were issued a couple of walks and 2 errors were committed. The offering swung on and lifted into center field. Moss is way back there, still going back. He's under it and makes the catch for the out. And there's 1 down in the second inning for Trevor Blake. Blake singled and scored in the first inning. As he steps in from the right side. Wise gets the sign from Peachin and the offering. Breaking ball is a beauty for a strike on the outer half. No balls and 1 strike. And Blake awaits the 0-1. Changeup is upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the Bay Digger catcher. Every Bay Digger scored in the first inning. Vias and Hansen scored twice. And the 1-1. Swung on and fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, it wasn't until the 10th hitter that Wise recorded his first out of the first inning, but he already got the leadoff man here in the second. Here's the wind and the pitch. Breaking ball is in the dirt. 2-2 to Trevor Blake. Again, Peachin lays down the sign. 2-2 pitch. In the dirt again. 3-2. Lots of off-speed stuff thrown by Wise here in the early going. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen. It'll be a payoff pitch to Trevor Blake, and he swings and lines it into left field for a base hit. He's 2 for 2, and the Bay Diggers now have 11 hits in the game. That'll bring up Gregory Maris, batting for the 3rd time. Walked and scored and struck out in the first. He is 0 for 1. Blake with a short lead at first. Wise throws back. Nope, just a look, no throw. Now Maris awaits the pitch. Here it is. Swung on and fisted on the ground to the second baseman. To second to 1. Whitfield to first, and that's a 4-6-3 double play. As it was turned by Ryan to Whitfield, the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the bases were left empty. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's Brush 11, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Berthoud, 11-1. Brush leads Berthoud as we head to the bottom of the second inning. And Ryan Hirschfeld will be facing the bottom of the order. Peachin, Wise, and Parsons after allowing a run on 2 hits in the opening frame. So here's C.J. Peachin, the Berthoud catcher. Hirschfeld throws the first pitch at the bottom of the second inning, and that is a fastball high. 1 ball and no strikes. Hirschfeld, a control pitcher of the offering, swung on and fouled back with a changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. His strategy is all about location and keeping the hitters off balance. He won't blow the ball by anybody, but that's what makes him good. Breaking ball is lined up the middle, and Whalers cannot get it. It's a base hit into center field. And Berthoud has their 3rd hit already. And here's Caden Wise. Binding will be the courtesy runner out there for Berthoud. So for the 2nd straight inning, Berthoud has the leadoff man on. At a 2-step lead for Binding at first. The pitch, and the changeup is low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. To the 8th place hitter, the Berthoud pitcher, Caden Wise. Hirschfeld looks in, and the offering, and that is low. Another changeup, 2-0. Your full-service florist with a whole lot more is the Flower Peddler at 322 Main Street at downtown Fort Morgan. Obviously a good place to go, considering that Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. The Flower Peddler in Fort Morgan. 2 balls and no strikes to Wise with Beechin at first. Check that. Binding at first. The stretch and the offering. And that is a little bit up and away, 3-0. Well, Hirschfeld had his struggles in the bottom of the first. He's struggling right now in the second, and he places that one in there for a strike with a fastball above the knees. It's 3-1. 3-1 to Wise. And the offering. That's right there for a strike. Throw back to first, back in standing. Binding, it's 3-2 to Caden Wise. Blake lays down the sign, and the offering swung on and fouled off to the right. Remains at 3-2. We could run out of baseballs by the time this thing is halfway through. We got a lot of foul balls, and we have a 2nd game to play. The pitch swung on and lifted foul again. Well out of play down the right side. Remains at 3-2 to Wise. Hirschfeld threw 23 pitches in the opening inning. They're extending him here in the second. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. The throw back to first on a hop, and it goes into right field with backed up Jesus, and no advancement. And there's 1 down. The strikeout of Wise is a second by Hirschfeld. If Blake makes an accurate throw, it's a double play. The runner was well off the base, but the low throw skipped into right field, but again, no advancement. Here's Cameron Parsons, the right-handed hitting left fielder. The stretch and the pitch. Fastball is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Brush leads Berthoud 11-1 in the bottom of the second inning, the first of 2 from Berthoud. And the offering. Upstairs, another fastball. It's 2-0, and 2nd straight hitter Hirschfeld's fallen behind against, with Vinny Grine on deck. And the 2-0. That's a strike. On the outer half at the knees, it's 2-1. Hirschfeld has very simple mechanics, so when he falls behind, it's easy for him to come back. 2-1. Swing and a miss, and a ball upstairs at the letters. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. The Beat Gators up by 10 in the bottom of the second inning in game 1. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by Blake. 3-2. To Cameron Parsons. Binding with a short lead at first. The offering swung on and foul tipped off the catcher Blake. It remains at 3-2. Well, this will be the 15th pitch over the last two hitters thrown by Hirschfeld. These Berthoud hitters are certainly working the beat digger right-hander. Payoff. Swung on and popped up into shallow right field. Out goes the second baseman, Mayers, makes the catch. And there's two down. Finding back to first. Two down for Vinny Grind, who was hit by a pitch and scored the only Berthoud run. Now, the one thing Ryan wants to do is get ahead of this hitter. The stretch and the offering. Swung on and lifted into foul territory down the left side. Long run for Tormolin. He will not get there. And it's 0-1. Probably, you look at the beat digger pitching staff, you would think that most of them are available except Ken Garcia, who did throw on Tuesday, but then again, he threw an abbreviated number of innings. Gregory Maris was credited with a win. 0-1. Stretched by Hirschfeld, and the offering, and the breaking ball is popped up into foul territory down the right side and out of play. It's 0-2. I mean, an inordinate number of foul balls so far. I mean, they're in double digits already. No balls and two strikes with 2 outs, 1 on. In the bottom of the second, the Beat Diggers lead the Spartans of Berthoud 11-1. The stretch. Hirschfeld delivers. Fastball is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the second baseman, Vinny Grind. Blake lays down the sign. Short lead at first. Hirschfeld comes home, and the breaking ball called strike 3 in the inside corner. The inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left at first. We head to the third inning. It's Broch 11, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.